you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Poton Store, TCG Player, PokemonCard.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tailman. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be taking a look at this Leafeon VMAX deck, which is not from a latest tournament result or anything. I was trying to think of ways to try and counter the metagame. How could you possibly deal with the current threats? And looking at the top 3 played decks, which are usually Mew VMAX, single strike decks, and Suicune decks, right, with Jolteon also up there. On paper, this deck should have a positive matchup against most of them, right? Leafeon can most of the time deal with Suicune and single strike on its own. Galarian can be problematic for them, but like the combination of Galarian plus Tool Jammer means Leafeon VMAX gets easy one-shots. Against Suicune you never need to fill up your bench, so you're never threatened by the Ludicolo. And against single strike, you hit them for weakness, they hit themselves a ton. Single strike, Urshifu has a 3 retreat cost, so you actually get to one-shot them potentially. So I don't know. On paper, this feels like it has good matchup against those. And then, of course, you have Moltres to deal with Mew VMAX. You have Leafeon V's ability to accelerate energy onto Moltres. So ideally, you have 2 Moltres ready to go in order to pressure your opponent. You also have right hand to potentially power up a Moltres out of the blue. So I don't know, getting Darkness Energy in the discard pile as always is the deck's biggest issue, but if you can manage that, then maybe this could do something to Leafeon. So I wanted to, or something to Mew VMAX rather. So is this a top 3 deck counter on paper? It should be. In practice, it's obviously going to be more clunky than a Leafeon deck. It no longer has the capture energies, which were a huge consistency boost overall for Leafeon decks, but we have the Grass Knot attack, which is the main way you can deal with single strike decks, and Suicune by doing 60 for each colors in your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost, and Galarian adding 2 to that. That means you'll usually be hitting for 240 damage, which is enough to 1-KO Suicune, enough to 1-KO everything in the single strike deck, because Umbreon is weak to Grass, Gengar is weak to Grass, I believe, as well. Gengar VMAX. It might not be, now that I think about it. Let me just double check. I do not own any Gengar VMAXs. Okay, no, Gengar VMAX is not weak to Grass, but it does have a 3 retreat cost, therefore you can potentially one-hit KO it through a quick shooting. I couldn't fit the second quick shooting. It's definitely the 61st card I would love to have here. I was thinking of taking out both Scoop Up Nets and then just adding another switch and Inteleon. Maybe I'll do that actually. So I haven't tested this deck, right? This is all just theory, right? But that's how, and then obviously Galarian Moltres' Dire Flame Wings ability lets itself power it up, lets it power itself up, and then Aura Burn allows you to deal a one-shot on a Mew VMAX. So that's the idea behind the deck. Will it work? Will it not work? I guess we'll find out. Let's jump into the ladder and see if we can face against any of those 3 decks. Alright, so on to the first game. We do win the coin flip, always a good thing, obviously. We get a pretty decent start, I would say. Not knowing what I'm up against, I'm going to start the Leafeon, so as to not reveal the Moltres just yet, but I'm going to be really happy if I see a Mew right here. No, it's a Suicune, so I'm just as happy, right? So I actually don't even need to... Wow, I priced 2 Sopples. I don't even need to use Galarian Moltres. Just the Leafeon part, I guess, should be enough to beat Suicune most of the time. Right? Most of the time. Worst case scenario, Suicune gets an attack off here. That would not be ideal, but I feel like that's usually very unlikely. They need a Quick Ball, 2 Water Energies, and a Melanie raw in hand in order to accomplish that. I guess not 2 waters, the capture also helps, or also works, but there we go. Yeah, not bad. We'll play down the Galarian. Now I just need my Leafeon VMAX, so any level ball, any drizzle, or any evolution instance will get me there, and that's exactly what I get. The evolution instance, so then I have access to Drizzle. I can already start powering up another Leafeon, which is fantastic, and I get to keep the Tool Jammer in case they do play Tool Scrapper sometimes. We eliminate the energy as well, so getting return attacked once again becomes a little more complex for them. We do free up a Sobble. We don't have access to Boss, but my opponent just promotes the Suigun, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, I mean, no complaints, right? No complaints. Leafeon doing what it wants to do, and as I mentioned earlier, countering one of the most played decks overall, especially going first in Suicune. So pretty good, pretty good. The unfortunate thing, I think, in general, Pokemon wise, is that the game's already over most of the time here. Right? If I just get another Leafeon powered up, the game's over for my opponent. So that's kind of lame when they've only gotten to play one turn, right? All they did was attach energy, bench Pokemon, and that's it. That is all they did. So where's the fun in that? You know, like where's the interaction? Where's the, I don't know, anything really. Attaching, and then, I mean, my opponent will, like, they'll be able to Melanie, but they already used their attachment, so they're not going to attack, so their Suigun is dead. So what they just didn't make much sense. And yeah, the game's over. It's unfortunately as simple as that. Yep, my opponent realizes, and that will be GG. On to the next one. Alright, so we did lose the coin flip this time around, and we're also mulliganing. However, my opponent is also mulliganing, so I guess we'll find out what we're up against. Double mulligan for me, even though I have a lot of basic Pokemons, and we're up against Single Strike, so another of the decks that I said Leafeon VMAX could do really well against, so happy with that. Very, very happy with that. No Leafeon for me yet, right? The double Drizzle discard will be pretty problematic off of this research, but nothing I can do about it. I need Leafeons down ASAP, especially with the Gengar. So far Moltres completely useless, right? Completely useless, but that's okay. Just Tauge Sobble. I do have the other two Drizzles, which is great. I did prize a Leafeon, so having two on the bench will not be easy, but realistically, I only need one, honestly. So I'm just going to go ahead and research here. My opponent didn't get an energy attachment either, so that can play to our favor. However, I did not find a Leafeon, so not great. Not great at all. Sure, we'll pass. Pretty unfortunate right there, not finding any Quick Ball or Leafeon on turn 1. It is what it is. See the incense for another Houndoom, I'm guessing. So the Gengar is ready to be powered up. However, Fear and Panic doesn't KO me. So my opponent needs attachment plus... yeah, or they can attack me with Houndoom. That also works. I guess that works too. I do need Quick Shooting and Till-In though. I need one Quick Shooting Till-In ping on this to make sure that I can like check it, right? Keep it in check. Though G-Max Swallow Up can one-hit KO me, which is a problem. Not looking great. Not looking great here because my Leafeon could be threatened next turn. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and evolve this Drizzle. Grab myself a Quick Ball. Don't imagine my opponent's playing Balloon if they're playing Hiding Energy. Hiding Energy also... oh, Hiding Energy fully counters my Leafeon actually. That is a problem. And they're probably playing 4 too. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. Well, I got 2 Leafeons down, which is always good. And I get to split the energy, which is also always good. If they go after 1 Leafeon, it'll be the one with the grass energy. But then, as long as this guy doesn't have a hiding energy, I can potentially return KO. I did not factor hiding energy as a way they counter Leafeon. So they just attached the basic or the single strike, so they won't have that. Oh, they already have 20 damage on them, so. Okay, best case scenario, I can find a Leafeon VMAX with an energy and a boss. Which, can I do that off of this instance? I cannot, I don't think so. Oh, but that works. Okay, so there's the Leafeon VMAX. So as long as I have the Shady Dealings in Tillin, which I'm pretty sure was there, and the Energy Surge, yep, Energy Surge plus boss, and then goodbye Gengar. And the game all of a sudden turns around, right? The game all of a sudden becomes, I'm not gonna say mine, but it becomes really good, right? So attach, boss, and then 300 damage, that 20 damage ping, perfect. Thank you so much, Houndoom, you are a star. And bye-bye Gengar, and then all of a sudden, we are in such a good spot, right? Such a good spot. Dead hand to follow up my knockout, but not the end of the world. If that happens. All right, there's the next Gengar. Okay, so the issue will be if that Gengar gets a hiding energy attached to it, as I mentioned. That will be problematic. However, if I can knock out this Umbreon, then it's gonna be 1 boss away from winning the game. They choose to power up the active. There's the hiding energy, so I don't do any damage with my Grass Knot attack, which means I will have to dedicate another energy in order to KO the Umbreon, which I don't have right now. So, okay. Yeah, that's not good enough, actually. Oh my gosh, that hiding energy, dude. It's literally killing me. And I don't have another Sobble. For some reason, it's priced. No. Yeah, I think I'm dead now. I think I'm pretty dead now. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and retreat into, well, everything goes down here though. I mean, they'll always be 1 boss away from beating me now, right? Wrong energy, man. Wrong freaking energy. I should counter the stadium. And then greening cells onto this. That sucked. That really sucked. Yeah, the dead draw just cost me. If I could have used boss, I could have been fine. If I could have used research to find a grass, I could have been fine. So it looked like I was in a great spot, and then we died because of the hiding energy. Nothing I could have done. Even if I played like Fan of Waves or something as an answer to hiding energy, that's just not good enough. Hiding energy single strike decks are definitely not the most popular ones, so that is something to consider. Umbreon. Oh, I have 200, so they knock me out. Yeah, it's over. They'll use Umbreon to knock out the Leafeon, I guess. That would be the right play. Yep. What? Alright, or my opponent just decides to literally hand me the game. Why would you KO the 3 prizer that's not powered up instead of the one? Like, what? Okay, huge mistake by my opponent. The only reason I'm winning this game is because of my opponent's horrible, horrible decision right there. Absolutely horrible decision. I could have just leaf bladed to get the knockout. No, never mind. That wouldn't have been enough. I mean, I take the win. My opponent completely messed that up. My bad pricing didn't help me, but that was completely on my opponent for messing that one up. On to the next one. Alright, so we won the coin flip. That's always good. Let's hope we get a good start. That's as good as it gets. And please, please let this be Mew VMAX. And then we are absolutely golden, right? Like, we will actually have accomplished everything that we wanted to accomplish this game. And it is Leafeon VMAX. Oh, I mean Mew VMAX. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is actually happening? This is pretty crazy. And what a really, like, okay, it's not a really good hand, actually. It's a pretty mediocre one because it's dead, but I'll take it, honestly. I will absolutely take it. Okay, Dire Flame Wings, attach the energy right here, and then just screening cells onto myself. Very nice. Okay, so somehow, I swear, like, I'll show you the win streak afterwards. Like, somehow I mentioned the 3 decks that I'm trying to counter with this, and somehow I'm playing against all of them right now. So, pretty happy about that. Let's see if we can beat Mew. Maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. But, wow. Pretty interesting to see. Pretty interesting to see. I put it off to a really good start. Hoping that's not Oricorio that gets benched, because then I wouldn't be knocking. No, I would. 240 minus 30 to 10 minus 20, 190. Even if they bench Oricorio, I actually can knock out the Genesect. So that's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. All right. So we get what? Okay. Dude, I am actually getting very, very lucky here. Which is a very nice change of pace, absolutely. Between my opponent's mistake last game and now this beautiful top deck of Drizzle with this beautiful hand that I got, like, wow, it feels nice to be lucky sometimes. Okay, I also got another energy, so I can definitely use Dire Flame Wings. I can also attach here to have this Leafeon ready. Or I could just keep the energy, in fact. So I get a knockout. And then if my opponent... Yeah, I'm actually going to keep the energy for now. Grass not take 2 prizes. If I manage to find a quick ball, even if my opponent goes KO on the Moltres, I could actually... get a return KO on the Mew VMAX, which would be insane thanks to the right hand. Had benched a Sobble, that would have been so cool. But okay, my opponent now needs Boss and Power Tablet to knock out the Moltres. There's the Power Tablet. And there's Peony. Oh, they have the Boss, huh? So I guess... Wait, what? Okay, so skill-wise, I'm definitely not playing against the most skilled opponent so far. So this is not like an objective full. It's also only 3 games, right? But maybe, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you get these God starts, then you're absolutely going to beat whatever they're playing, right? But I mean, do you not see the Moltres right there? I mean, I guess I didn't attach an energy, so maybe they went with that, but I don't know. Very weird choice for my opponent. So I'm gonna retreat. And we'll just go ahead and do this. And we will go ahead and evolve. Sure, I'll evolve. And I'll evolve here too. So 2 damage counters. I'm 1 boss away from winning the game, which I technically have off of this drizzle. I'll be 1 prize away, so worst case scenario, somehow I don't win in 6 turns. I can knock out the Latias, I guess. And definitely play this now. And I get the KO. I'm happy about it. My opponent literally had knockout on Moltres and chose not to. So that's like a huge, very silly, very bad mistake. Now they need, if they want to attack this turn, they need a Lesser Sparkle. If they don't get a Lesser Sparkle, then I just go boss and KO for the win. If they do find the Lesser Sparkle and try to attack me, like right now, they don't even have free retreat. Did I actually name 3 decks in my deck description, get to randomly play against the 3 decks and also beat all 3 decks? The top 3 decks being played in terms of popularity and power? It feels nice to have a day like this, not gonna lie. It feels very nice to have a day like this. Am I onto something? Maybe? Maybe, I don't know. The deck feels like maybe it's trying to do too much at once. But I don't know, it worked out, right? It clearly worked out, so I'm happy with it. As you can see, win streak of 3, all 3 games that we played, you saw, like, I don't edit anything out. I'm editing out, look, I'm not even editing out. Like, I'm just taking away the time that it takes me between games and stuff, so I'm showing absolutely everything. I feel like these 2 games I won because of my opponent's mistakes. They could have knocked out Moltres and they chose not to for some reason. In this game and in the previous game, they could have knocked out my 2 energy Leafeon and they chose not to for some reason. So to each their own, but it worked. I'm happy and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.